ebra na ye ne yensentwefo edi nkomo no yebo tonto sansan no yebo honorable Hassan Sohini ne nkomo bia ye ne di ya na wo mema nsem so afa omu ana na omu kotwe omu din ekọ abato nwoma nim isi edwumadie ya bia asa bre a ye kasa yi okọ abato nwoma nim ani din eso card ne de ekura no
so o papa ya well na busuafo bia so okwan bia so yi udin film
ye film
ya bo odin wom na so anya de japa no be ye ebi no mo ye enti ye kwa oma no so ne honorable edi nkomo because oma odansem ye de wo say abato commission no betimi ne political parties no atena say no ma reconciling no ma ne atoto no ma yie sada be ya wo mo ya dwe omudin no omudin ne be ba abato ngomanim watima ye sade ya na say wonye ye kwa oma no so honorable. Good morning to you and thank you very much for joining us on the program.
Good morning, Kwame, and good morning to your crew. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good morning to our listeners as well.
Our listeners are grateful that we have you on the line. Listening to you and you expressing those concerns, what jumped at us whilst we listened to your narrative was the progress that the political parties as well as the EC are making in dealing with this situation where some of these young people are likely to be disenfranchised. The reconciliation you speak of, has it been done or there are moves to get it done?
Well, Kwame, you see this matter, I need to make a passionate appeal to all political parties, especially my party executives at the branch and constituency level. When we say that we need to be vigilant in this election, the vigilance doesn't start only on election day. It is more critical even at this point where we are registering people to be voters. Because if you lose guard and you miss it, you will not, benefit from whatever vigilance you deploy on voting day. So I'm going to make that appeal to our executives at the constituency level. Look, let us start the vigilance now. Let people pick the registers that they were given for the for the last district assembly election.
Yeah.
And let them compare it with the daily printout that they were given during the last limited registration exercise. The EC register that was used for the district assembly election ought to have all the names of those who took part in the limited registration exercise in last September. We'll find out. I have done this for a number of constituencies. You'll find out that in many, many constituencies, especially NDC strongholds, so many names are omitted from the final register that was compiled for the assembly election. So many names. You compare the register to the daily printout that the EC gave the political parties, and there are so many names. My constituency, for example,
honorable, so that we can get to understand you. These daily printouts you speak of, are you referring to the ones that were given during the limited registration exercise?
Exactly. I'm talking about two incidents here. One is the district assembly election.
Yes.
The other one is the September 23 limited registration exercise.
Okay.
Now, it is expected that all those who took part in the 2023 limited registration exercise and got their names captured and got issued with voter ID cards, their name should be in the voter register that was used for the district assembly election. Are you getting the point?
Sure.
But if you do that analysis, you will find out that so many names were omitted from the register. And the EC itself has admitted to this. So it is not my imagination and my creation. They claim that when they did the exhibition after the limited registration exercise, they were expecting people to have reported these missing names for them to do the corrections. I know that our party, National Election Directorate did impress upon constituency executives to check for the names that were missing and submit same to their district election directors. I don't know how seriously, but I'm telling you that in my district, the Sanargo municipality, where you have Tamale North and Sanargo constituency under the same district, about 800 names were not in that register that was used for the district assembly elections.
Wow.
Even though these 800 people took part in the limited registration exercise that preceded the election. Are you getting it?
Absolutely.
Now we're told that they created supplementary register that has these names of 800 people. The question is, why a supplementary register? And the answer is, they have lost the data of these people. And so, how do we get these people back onto the register? The directive is that they should come back to the district office during this limited registration exercise so that they can be regularized.
And you don't see a solution in that?
Question: what if about 200, 300 of these people don't even hear this information? And they do not take up the invitation to go and regularize themselves, but are living with the view that they have a valid voter register. And then on election day, they show up with a valid voter register issued to them by the Electoral Commission, only to be told that their name is not on the register. Can you imagine the chaos that will happen?
Absolutely.
So I'm saying that we need to take this seriously. And I believe that this is part of the voter suppression strategy of the Electoral Commission. That's the bottom line. And so when you are vigilant, you see these things. It is part of the voters.
Hello, Honorable. Looks like we've lost him. I said, yeah, sure, no, Humano. But some Momias are raising Honorable Suhini Wahumano. Because question about Kwame Pesemi Bisan and say, Sabra Isi Kase, Umwa, Sadia Yatuomono. Almost Samara na yentro mudin. So no who say eno ne nso anu adura. E dia foforo no wo hwe anim say isi ne betimaye. Ya hwe no wa homa no so yensa erase ne biona yentimi ntoa enkomo no so but ade na ni ada ho. Ye limited registration exercise September no. Ebi omo mu kwatwiro mudin no. Ebi mudin eni abato womanim. Ebra ye district assemblies elections. And I mean can say ekoba say na dodo na din ni eye abato womanim. Nkrata enim.
Wo de otifi onum so nyama kire.
Wo de onyu so atwe odin.
Ti ada no so amekoto aba.
Yes.
Enso be kona say register ne da wa wudin enim.
And say the so yini kan no. Enye asama isi enim wo hwe.
Onim wo hwe.
Woni mu bibi.
Onim wo hwe.
Waje atum say bibi sa na asie. Asabra won ka say omo nsamra na yentwe omudi no. So yini say wo hunu no say enso anu adu o wa homa no so ye ne nto ankomo no so. So as you were saying, Honorable, what then would be the solution if asking them to come and register in join this process would not work? What then would be the solution?
For me, I am saying that it is a deliberate attempt to frustrate people who want to take part in the December election. Remember not to look at this in isolation. You have a situation where the Electoral Commission, against all advice, has reduced registration centers to the district offices, making it very, very difficult for people who have turned 18 and above but live far away from these district offices to get registered. In some cases, remember the last limited registration exercise, some of them traveled, hundreds of kilometers on terrible roads, sometimes having to use boats to cross rivers with their lives at risk. And in some cases, having to sleep at the district election office for days before they got registered. Can you imagine going through all of this, only to be told that they don't have your data, so you should come again?
Goodness.
Can you imagine going through all this trouble, get your data captured by the EC, only to be told that you should come again?
Wow.
That is, in my view, why I am convinced that it is of that ploy. Reduce as much as possible the number of people eligible votes on December 7th. Because in political strategy, it is a known fact that low turnout, low voter turnout, works to the advantage of incumbents. Every incumbent government benefits from a low.
Are you talking about general elections or by-elections? By-elections inclusive.
General elections. Whenever there is a low voter turnout, incumbent benefits. You know, when people are eager to change a government, they come out in their numbers to vote. And so, one of the ways to rig an election is to reduce the opportunity for people to have the opportunity to vote when your intention is to rig it in favor of an incumbent government. Remember, in Nigeria, it happened. People were holding voter ID cards, but their names were not on the register. And so they could not vote. It happened in Nigeria.
So what's the solution?
And so I don't think that this is just an accident. Saying that the Electoral Commission must tell us what happened to the data of these people. We must get to the bottom of it. If it is not deliberate, then we can all together ensure that a supplementary register is created at all times to capture these names, so that on December 7th, no one shows up at the vote center only to be told that his name is not on the register because he did not hear the invitation to come back and regularize after he went through all the trouble to get himself or herself registered.
Interesting, Honorable. Let's see how that pans out. But before you go, just give me a fair idea of how registration is going on in your constituency. In various parts that we've been to, our reporters who spoke to first-time voters say, look, they are poised to get their names registered in the voters' register because of the hard economic situation in the country. That is the reason for which they've turned up in their numbers. How's it looking in your constituency, Tamale North?
It is the same. I mean, the reports I'm getting from my team is that as early, I mean, they had to go around. We have zoned their constituency, and so today was the zone of an area we refer to as the Eastern Corridor. So it's at Taha and other areas. I'm told that by 5, 6 a.m., before 6 a.m., when they got to the community, the young people had already organized them, waiting for the vehicle to transport them to go and get themselves registered, because really they cannot also wait to take part in this communal labor that has to be in the country. And the zeal so far is exciting at the election, the district office of the Electoral Commission. I mean, the process is not as the last time. And because of maybe the last experience, we have also managed to put something less cumbersome for this. My only worry is that if we do not address the issue of people data getting lost after this whole exercise, what guarantee do we have that when we finish this exercise, we will not be told that about 600 or 700 people? That's my worry, and that's why it is important that we find out what happened to that, data, and how we will correct, so that the correction will impact this very exercise that we are doing, so that after this exercise, I'm not told that some people